Let's check in and see how Phoebe is doing. Breaking news from American Greatness. Very good website. Planned new Phoebe headquarters is twice the size of the Pentagon. That's a headline for you. That will catch your attention. The GOP House can stop the project and rein in runaway bureau. Well, we'll see what happens, but let's first see what is the project. Riveted into the colossal new project are woke regulations to ensure that the Phoebe Center will comply with, wait for it, diversity, equity, LGBTQ plus, weather change, and political goals.
Vice President, my pronouns are she, her. I'm a white woman with long brown hair. I'm wearing a red dress, and I'm wearing a see-through mask so you can see my red lips.
Nothing like infusing this religion into the mecca of woke temples. That's what we have here. The plan unveiled last September has received little attention. I ain't know about it till today. Thank you, American Greatness. For years, the Phoebe has sought to vacate its present headquarters, a brutalist concrete bunker on stilts and occupying 2 city blocks between the White House and the Capitol. Let me give credit to the byline by J. Michael Waller. Thank you, sir. That means at a minimum, the new Phoebe headquarters complex would be twice the size of the Pentagon building. Isn't that, how's that for symbolism? Twice the size of the Pentagon. So now you get Phoebe with a building twice the size of the headquarters of the Department of Defense. Then now the Department of Defense is going to have to get double size the headquarters of Phoebe. We're going to have a whole state dedicated to wokeism pretty soon. They probably should do it in New York somewhere. There's no real estate, but maybe there is somewhere out in the boonies out there. That means that it would be, so the Pentagon until recently was the largest office building on Earth. That means this one would be the new, or contesting the Kremlin as the largest in Moscow, as the largest administrative office on Earth. The government would have to buy or lease either of the 2 properties. They're looking at multiple properties here. They don't know which one they're going to go with. They could go with sites as large as parcels of 58, 61, and 80 acres. So if they go with the 80 acres, they would have the number 1 size. And I think just go for the glory. On his first day as president, Joe Biden signed Executive Order 13985 as a part of what he called an ambitious whole of government equity agenda. Day 1. That means that's why you were fortified. Get it done day 1. The executive order defines equity, which I really want to know how they define this thing. They define equity as the consistent and systematic, fair, just, and impartial treatment of all individuals, including individuals who belong to underserved communities that have been denied such treatment, such as Black, Latino, and Indigenous and Native American persons, Asian Americans, and Pacific Islanders, and other persons of color, members of religious minorities, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer LGBTQ plus persons, and so on. There's more, but wait. There's more. This is one of the main factors driving the location of the new double Pentagon-sized Phoebe headquarters. Brandon signed the other part of the equity criterion, Executive Order number 14057, in December 2021 to push the weather part of this. This order directs that it is the policy of the federal government to create and sustain well-paying union jobs. So if you're not in a union, if you're not a part of a group that supports the Phoebe headquarters and the cabal and the ideology and the fortification, so your union, you pay the union dues, the union obviously sides with them, not MAGA. And if you're a hard worker, you're not in a union, you're not prioritized. Just like they freezed out Tesla because Tesla's not in union. Their employees are not in unions. Executive orders are presidential decrees. This is a good reminder. That means they do not have the force of law and can be changed on a whim. But here's what I'd like to say. So this is basically it. They're making a big woke temple. I don't need to cover that part of it anymore. So this is what it is. They seem very comfortable. they don't seem worried to me about 2024. They feel like they're not even worried about MAGA controlling the House right now. Might delay things or whatever, because the House can say, we aren't giving you, the House controls the purse. They can say, we ain't giving you $1 for this woke temple unless you do these things. They ain't worried about it. Why? Because there's probably going to be more fortification coming. You got fortified once, you got fortified twice, you can get fortified again. They ain't worried about Don Dada. They ain't worried about Pappy Don and none of them. They ain't worried about nobody. But here's what I do. Let's just embrace the idea. If you're going to have a woke temple, then let's do it right. This thing is going to be humongous. So what are you going to put inside it? I think, I was thinking about, because the Democrat Party to me has become, and I'm going to play this video here in a second. The Democrat Party to me has become this weird group of people, this weird group of white woke people who worship black women and gay black men. That's kind of what it's become at its core. So I'm thinking, this is a religious temple, this Phoebe woke temple. So who would you put in the center of it? The first person that came to mind was Nicole Hannah-Jones. I think she's more powerful than Kamala Harris. I might be crazy, I might be wrong, but that's how highly I view her and the force of power that she has culturally. I think she has more influence and power than Kamala Harris.
Are these new green buses going to keep their signature yellow color?
These are going to remain yellow school buses, because who doesn't love a yellow school bus? They will remain yellow, but their heart will be green.
But then I'm like, is she really the head honcho? Who's the head honcho? Who's the head of all the black women? It's not Joy Reid. It's not obviously Tiffany Cross, who left the network, MSNBC. I think it's Michelle Obama. I think in the middle of this woke temple, you would have workout classes on a big screen TV, and who would be kind of leading them? It would be Michelle Obama. And here's your workout class with former First Lady Michelle. This is the infamous Ellen video. Now, as you watch this video, and I think this would be in the middle, again, this is about the Phoebe woke temple. There's nothing more woke than having a workout class. Remember, her thing was exercise, healthy eating, which is very good. It would be Michelle right here leading that in that building. And they keep going closer to her nether regions. I'm not making any proclamations here. They're trying to insinuate something that I'm not gonna, let's just say I don't want to independently confirm, just like this bro right here. I don't know what it is. I don't want to know what it is. Wouldn't she be the perfect person to honor throughout the building? You would still have Nicole Hannah-Jones, and who are the other black top woke leaders? I don't even know off the top of my head. But you obviously you would have Nicole Hannah-Jones in there. I don't think they would have Joan Rivers in the Phoebe woke temple, though. I think they'd probably leave her out.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman
president? We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know, Michelle is...
Hey!
I'm sorry, she's a what?
Hey!
We did that whole thing for your benefit. We knew you were eavesdropping. That's why my friend said all that. It was on purpose. We're not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
I mean, it's fine if that's who you are.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have many gay friends.
My father's gay.
We all know.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
Rest in peace to Joan. So this place is going to be so big, you're going to have an atrium in it. And in the atrium, I think you're going to have room for a majestic piece. Like if you go to church, you might have images of Jesus Christ. This is going to be a temple. So what would you do? This statue, I think they could recreate or repurpose this statue that was unveiled in Boston. That's not what you think it is. Obviously, by now, you probably know. It's the embrace. Just bear with me. It's the embrace of Martin Luther King Jr. and his wife. So you know what you could do? You could repurpose that, and it could be a part of the tribute to Michelle Obama.
Why has she emerged in this way? Well, there might be a reason. In fact, if you didn't know any better, if you were visiting this country from a foreign land trying to figure out what's going on in the U.S., You might mistake what Michelle Obama is doing right now for the beginnings of a presidential campaign. So first, you have a manufactured white racism panic. That's a clue. But the clincher is menopause. Unlike every other woman over 50 in all human history, Michelle Obama, we're sad to tell you, has menopause. It's not clear where she caught it. Maybe there was an outbreak in Edgartown. But it's bad. At one point, Michelle Obama gained up to 6 pounds. You don't know how much she suffered. Let's put it this way. Baton Death March survivors, she laughs at you. You can't fathom her pain. Watch her talk about it on TV.
You have this slow creep.
You have this slow creep. And no, she's not talking about Joe Biden here, who is technically one of the slowest creeps in America. She's talking about her own thighs. Now, why is Michelle Obama telling you about her menopausal thighs on a TV show? Possibly because she's a crazed narcissist who thinks her own thighs are interesting to you. And that's, of course, true. But there may be other reasons. Of course, true. But there may be other reasons. Of course, true. But there may be other reasons.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence. But I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow. All the fake fans gon' pile up. I need peace to borrow, get that shit right back tomorrow. Somehow all the fans go bravo. Smile so much to hide my sorrows. Faith is shaky in bravado. I can't hold a frown too long. I can't stay down too long. Look, running from pain, running from strain, running from things, running from schemes. I can't hold a frown too long. I can't stay down too long. Look, running from pain, running from strain, running from things, running from schemes. Couple things I know, couple things I show, couple things I don't. I can tell you my problems, I can tell you my sins, I can tell you my problems. I'm uncomfortable in my skin, I'm uncomfortable with my ends, I'm uncomfortable with my friends, I'm uncomfortable with my drinking, I'm uncomfortable with my thinking, I'm uncomfortable with my ways, I'm uncomfortable in this space, I'm uncomfortable on good days, I'm uncomfortable on bad days, I'm uncomfortable with my soul, I'm uncomfortable with my heart, I'm uncomfortable with myself, I'm uncomfortable with my art, I'm uncomfortable with my thoughts, I'm uncomfortable with my feelings, and sadly I'm uncomfortable with healing.